Hello students, this is Dr. Ravi Sani. Today I'm going to discuss about the neurohypophysis part of pituitary gland, which secretes two important hormones. The first one is the vasopressin. We also call it anti-diuretic hormone, and the second one is the oxytocin. So basically, we are calling it anti-diuretic, means it is working against the diuresis. So it reduces diuresis. So diuresis means loss of water through urine. Loss of water through urine is called diuresis, and that hormone is working against it. It is reducing diuresis. That's why we are calling it anti-diuretic hormone. The other name for that is vasopressin. So it stimulates reabsorption of water and electrolytes by the DCT of kidney, because in DCT, distal convoluted tubule portion of nephron, there are aquaporins or water channels. These water channels are got opened by that hormone, and they absorb water. So they decreases loss of water through urine as an antidiuretic agent. So deficiency of ADH results in diminished ability of the kidney to conserve water and lead to water loss and dehydration and excessive loss of water through urine, which occurs in a condition which we are calling it diabetes insipidus. Now come to the other hormone, that is the oxytocin. The first one was the uh, that ADH and vasopressin, and the second hormone secreted by the neurohypophysis is oxytocin. It contracts smooth muscles. In females, if it is responsible for contraction of smooth muscles, then it results in the contraction of uterus at the time of childbirth. And the another function is milk ejection from the mammary gland. Now we'll discuss antidiuretic hormone in detail. The source of secretion. The source of secretion of antidiuretic hormone is the supraoptic nucleus, which is present in hypothalamus, and the paraventricular nucleus. And these hormones are transported to posterior pituitary through the nerve fibers. We are calling it hypothalamo-hypophyseal tract. So this through this tract, hypothalamo-hypophyseal tract, these hormones, oxytocin and antidiuretic hormone, is secreted to the posterior pituitary part. The actions of antidiuretic hormone is retention of water and vasopressor action. These are the two important functions of this ADH. Retention of water. It is responsible for retention of water by acting on kidneys, because in kidney there is a distal convoluted tubule portion where we have water channels, and these water channels absorb water. This ADH helps in opening of these water channels, which could result into the absorption of water through the DCT, and which finally results in the less excretion of water in urine, means less diuresis. And if this condition is not maintained by this ADH, there is a less secretion of ADH, then there is a condition developed. We call it diabetes insipidus, in which there is a large amount of water is secreted through urine. The mode of action of this antidiuretic hormone is it acts on the renal tubules where there are aquaporins or water channels, and this hormone is responsible for the opening of these water channels. In case of vasopressor action of ADH, it causes vasoconstriction. Basically, this vasopressor is responsible for the constriction of the arteries in all parts of the body. It leads to vasoconstriction, which is responsible for increase in blood pressure as well. The triggering conditions are the decrease in ECF volume and the increase in osmolar concentration. Both these conditions are responsible for the action of ADH, vasopressor action of ADH, and that is vasoconstriction. Role of osmoreceptors. So these are the specific receptors which give a response to change in the concentration, osmolar concentration of the blood. These receptors are situated in the hypothalamus near supraoptic and paraventricular nuclei. When osmotic concentration of blood increases, these osmoreceptors are activated. When osmolar concentration of blood increases, means there is a less water content, these osmoreceptors got activated and they stimulate the supraoptic and paraventricular nuclei. They send motor impulses to the posterior pituitary to release ADH. And finally, it causes water absorption from the DCT portion of renal tubules. The increased ECF volume, this ADH increases ECF volume and releases or restores the normal osmolarity. So these osmoreceptors helps in activation of antidiuretic hormone through supraoptic and paraventricular